Now, the cow face posture, the main thing here, if we just looked at the bottom half and I just reach up, most people are not going to be able to do this. You're going to run into a lot of people who the minute they turn their arm around this way, they're going to be in pain. So you've got the pain issue too. So you're trying not to make the classes painful. And you watch the feedback you get. You'll be surprised. If you do this all the time, it's no problem for you. You don't feel pain. But somebody else who's not done it in a while, they may hear a bunch of noises coming out of their shoulder joint that they haven't ever heard. Good. And release. Chances are it's air popping, but if it's continual, chances are it might not be air popping. It might be actual friction in the joint. I switch around. I'm going the other way. And you're going to notice a difference with yourself, so they're going to notice a difference with themselves. Again, ideal times, 20 seconds at least. And then after that, if you decide to open them up a little bit longer, that's fine. Okay, and then release. Now, two arms at the same time. Some of them are going to want to do it right away. Some of them are not going to want to do it. So you're like this. And there's some things to be considered here. Most of them, I think it depends on a number of things. Like, for example, okay, I think when you start to look at different things here, some men, for example, are going to have a lot of muscular development in the back. Okay, the more muscular development you have in some areas, I hate to say, it's harder to reach around something, or when the muscles are conditioned in a certain way. So if you have a guy who is working a job and he's using, we're not really talking about office workers, but let's say you're in a manufacturing facility and he's using a lot of back muscles, and he's been using a lot of back muscles for 10 years, 20 years, and so forth. So he's got a lot of development in the back. Or maybe he rows on weekends, or he's a big weightlifter. Some weightlifters can still be very flexible. Some are not. They have to have been stretching all along while they were either bodybuilding or powerlifting. So it's one of those things where the amount of time spent towards stretching or toward yoga is usually easily seen. Now, if I'm slender and I don't have any back development, it really doesn't matter what my gender is, because in that case, I'm going to probably be able to, not always, but I'm probably going to be able to reach in the back more than, say, somebody who's got a lot of size. Now we also have the obesity factor. If somebody's really big, chances are the odds are stacked a little against them being real flexible, having to reach around themselves. However, I've had over the years a number of obese students who were very flexible. So you can't, and I've had thin students who were very tight. So you can't always profile in that way either. So I'm going to do the other side, cow face posture, and you're reaching the best you can. Obviously, you're going to see a difference from one side to the other. You want to tell them to try to keep their head straight, to try to keep their body straight, to make sure that they breathe smooth. Even though for them, some of them maybe haven't done this in a long time or anything like this since they were a little kid. Good, and figure about 20 seconds again for starters, and we'll stop there.